Hey y'all, it's Jess, and today I wanted to show you how to can cherries, or our method anyway. It's really simple, very basic recipe, and a great starter if you've never canned before. I am actually using sweet cherries because that's what was on sale, and the finished product is going to be somewhere between a syrup and jam. The syrup is still kind of runny, but there's a lot of fruit in it. It takes probably about an hour total to get a batch done, not including processing time in the canner if you want to can it. I'll show you what I've been doing over here. So I started by pitting my cherries. I don't have a cherry pitter, so I just had to pull them in half and take out the pits by hand. Very time intensive. I recommend a cherry pitter if you're going to do a large amount of these. In my pot, I added 1 cup of sugar and 1 quart of water for every 2 pounds of cherries. So this batch has 6 pounds of cherries, so I've got 3 cups of sugar and 3 quarts of water. I added the sugar and water into the pot, brought it to a boil, let it boil for about 10 minutes, stirring it constantly so the sugar doesn't stick and burn. Once that sugar has dissolved and the syrup has thickened up a little bit, then I added my cherries. And then you're just going to let these simmer until your liquid is reduced by about half. These guys have been going for about 30 minutes. I'm probably going to let them go for another 30. And once the liquid has reduced, then you can start filling your jars. I'm actually canning in quart jars. So since I'm at such a high altitude, I'm going to have to process them for about 40 minutes. But everybody that's at the lower levels, you should be just fine with 25 minutes. But definitely check for altitude adjustments in your area. Once they're processed, I'll let them sit for about 5 minutes in the canner with the top off. Then pull them out and let them sit for 24 hours to cool down. And I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Here they are. You can see, there's quite a bit of syrup in there, and it is still pretty liquidy, but all this fruit you've got in there as well. So good. And these are amazing. They're absolutely amazing on ice cream. You can use the syrup to flavor water or soda or tea, pancake syrup. They're just good in general. And I also wanted to show you, let me find it, the other project I was working on with our cherries. This is just a syrup bottle, and I filled it full of the pitted cherries. You don't have to pit the cherries if you're going to go this method, but then I just filled the bottle up with vodka. I'm going to make drunken cherries. Really easy. They've been in here for about 3 days. We're going to let them go for at least a month, upwards of 4 months. And you'll know that they are ready when the vodka is a really deep, dark purple. Because we are, filling this up with vodka, you don't have to worry about sterilizing the jars. Obviously, you want to wash the jars, make sure they're clean, but you don't have to process them in the canner, and you don't have to sterilize them. The vodka does that for you. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all stopping in, and as always, happy homesteading.